Now watch this video if the answer to the following questions are a big fat yes. Number 1. How much does an aerospace/aeronautical engineer like me earns in the UK? Number 2. If you're already an aerospace engineer, how much you should be earning? Number 3. Are you really getting that advertised pay? Let's find out. Now, your salaries solely depend on how much experience and qualifications you have in the UK. The more the experience and the qualifications, the more your salary. So now let's see what these levels are. From 0 to 4 years of experience, you're a junior aerospace engineer. You are building up your experience. So from 5 years to 9 years of experience, you are considered a median level aerospace engineer, and 10 plus years you are considered a senior aerospace engineer. During your junior levels, your starting salary might hover around £29,600 per annum. This can vary from minus £5,000 to plus £5,000 depending where you start your career. So you might be wondering, how did I get these numbers like 29,600 for junior plus or minus 5? Well, I collated 6 job agency data for each level of experience and got the average, and you can see the 6 recruitment agencies on my screen now. So if you're an aerospace engineer with 5 to 9 years of experience, you're looking around 45,250 per annum, and of course this can vary between plus or minus 5,000 depending on where you sit on that median scale, on whether or not you got an engineering degree. And any engineer who possesses 10 plus years of experience, their salary hovers around 79,700. Now this depends on 3 main factors, which is number 1, the experience they have, number 2, the risk they hold, and number 3, the qualification they have, and this can be form of a master's or an MBA. So far I discussed how much do you earn as an aerospace engineer in the UK, and how can you gauge your experience to see your salary forecast. Now the third part to this video is, are you really getting that advertised salary? Maybe on LinkedIn, maybe on a job recruitment platform. Well, before going into this part, I need to emphasize that I'm not a qualified accountant nor a tax specialist, so please use this data as a framework to see your contributions. Let me tell you something, 70% of my viewers haven't subscribed to my channel. A lot of hard work and time goes into videos like this. If you subscribe to my channel, I promised you to bring more quality videos and to put more time into these videos so you can gain a valuable insight. Do we have a deal? For this exercise, I'm going to take the average salary of a junior aerospace engineer, which is 29,600, and let's move to the whiteboard to see how much he or she will have in hand at the end of each month. So you have 29,600 per annum. Divide this by 12 months, you should be roughly having 2,467 per month, right? Well, it's not that simple. You have some mandatory deductions out of your gross salary. Now let me explain what gross salary and net salary means. Gross salary is your advertised salary, in this case 29,600 divided by 12, which is 2,467, and the net salary is how much you will have in hand to be spent on your Starbucks or your latest Lego collections. So let's see your contribution. So as a junior aerospace engineer, you should be having a student loan, right? So a certain percentage from your gross monthly income should go towards paying off that loan. Now, as you can see on the screen, there are different types of student loan plans. You go from 1 to 5 and you got a postgraduate loan. And you also have monthly thresholds. So 9% of your income over the threshold will go towards your student loan. Let's see this on a calculation. So your gross monthly income is 2,467, and let's take plan 1 as the example. plan 1 monthly threshold is 1834. You deduct your 1834 from your gross monthly income, which leaves you with 633 pounds. Now we take out 9% of that 633 every month, which leaves you with 56 pounds and 97 pence. Now to see which plan you are on, I recommend to go on gov.uk under plans, and it will show you all the plans available and how it differentiate with each other. Usually differentiate on when you started your course. Before moving on to other contribution, it is important to understand what taxable income means. So a taxable income is the amount of income you are taxed on. So in the UK you are not taxed up until a certain limit, and that limit is 12,570 pounds per annum. So if you have 29,600, out of that 12,570 pounds are at 0% tax, and only the rest will be taxed at 20%. If you are earning 12,570 or below, you are taxed 0%. Any amount over that, you are being taxed within the tax limits. So let's move on. So these are the tax limits that I was emphasizing on. So personal allowance up to 12,570, you are taxed at 0%. Basic rate is 12,571 to 50,000, which is 20%. In this case we will be only looking at a 20% because we are earning 29,600. So now that we know gross income, net income and taxable income, let's look at our second contribution. Our second contribution is towards our national insurance, and this is 10% of your taxable income. Let's say you're earning 29,600 per annum, minus that 12,570, you are left with 17,030. You divide 17,030 by 12, it will give you 1,419, and now 10% of that 1,419 will give 141.9 pence per month. So this is how much you'll be setting aside towards your national insurance. So our third contribution will be towards your pension. Now this is 5% out of your gross monthly income. Now this percentage might change depending on what pension plan you're on. Now we'll take for this exercise as 5%. Now 5% out of your 2,467 is 123 pounds and 35 pence. So this you'll be setting aside for your pension. This is a good investment. You are investing towards your retirement. Our last and the biggest contribution on this list is our taxes, which is given towards HMRC. So 20% of your taxable income will go towards your tax payments. Now 20% of our taxable income, which is 17,030, would be around 3,406. Divide this by 12, you'll have 283.8 pounds going towards your tax payments. Now let's see the big number, the amount which is held in your hand, or the net salary. Post these deductions, you'll be left with 1,860 pounds and 98 pence. This is your gross salary minus all the contributions. This is all what I wanted to bring you today. How much does an aerospace engineer earns, and what are the deductions, and how to leverage your experience to see your salary focus. I hope this video brings you some kind of value, and I'll come up with a new video next week. Till then, keep fixing.